Okay. I would like to call to order the city council work session at 6:30. Today we are getting a CGI update. AJ Johnson.
Good evening, council. So we have the video for you ready to look at, starting with the mayor. So this project really started back in the late winter, early spring, when we had Economic Development Committee and then city staff put together the script and also pick out the locations of what features of Scappoose and our assets that we're going to highlight. As you watch these videos, keep in mind this could be viewed by people who have lived in the community for 30 years. It could be by people who are thinking of moving here, starting a business here. So it's one of the things we really tried to do is in each of these chapters that you're going to see, try and have like a cast all net. So this has a wide variety of potential audience members, and so we just tried to capture all of the interests that would both make people proud of where they live and then also attract people to live or start a business here. So with that, we will start with the welcome video.
Welcome to Scappoose Storage. We're an extremely small town.
You didn't tell me I'm crooked.
John.
Features the second largest. City's also most travel, not tower sees over 1,000 operations. Whether you are raising a family, you want to be part of it. Not the one. Yep, mission has it all.
And Susan, if you hit the arrow, it'll take you to the next one, which should be quality of life. Yeah. And then could you go full screen too? Bottom right. Yeah.
That means nursery.
You got my Barrett.
College board. Higher education. College school. Great place to start. Apprenticeship programs, manufacturing. Comes together. That's clear. Opportunities for variety of class. No matter what brings you here. This has everything.
Well. Heavy venture vessel.
I do think you have to exit full screen to go to the next video. The one to the this next one is economic development.
Along with available land and locally owned business operation. Scappoose Airport. Not Tower Airport. Columbia Commerce Center. Industrial Park. Sites available for development. Leading the way in high-tech innovation. Research and development. Manufacturing Innovation Center. Home. Their partnership with the Home Training Center. Located up in North Down. Special transport. Across many organizations. Quality of life. The development of the area. Small business development center also. Small businesses. What they need. starting a new business, looking to grow. Caboose is ready.
Jones are 49.
Then the next one should be history.
Today, the city's past. Watts House was built. Now known for Watts House pioneered by the Caboose Historical Society. Heritage Park Mountain, designed by Caboose based artist. Use a stylized tree to represent Caboose Veterans Memorial Park. Proudly honors the lives of our future man. Caboose continues to fight against all.
And this is about the importance of getting involved in community organizations.
Together, since the city they all share. Contact a community organization today. Discover the contribution you can make, your participation and support.
Watch that one again.
No, we're good.
Yeah. Okay, Susan, you can end the share. Want to end the share in the
You
top
take-
right.
Yeah.
So, like I said, we've been putting this together starting in about like March or April-ish, and then we started filming in late May and then early June as well to get the sunny months. There were a couple of amenities like the parks that we wanted some kids at, and so we had to wait until school was out. So we did those in June. But yeah, this project has been a couple months in the works now. So what we're looking for is if there are anything that stands out to you in terms of changes. We've told our editing team to not finalize this yet because we wanted it to run it by you all. But if there are anything in terms of changes, we'd want to hear those.
Did I see Veterans Park at all? I didn't see any of the ball fields.
No.
But I know there was no games really going on or soccer kids or anything, but
Veterans was missing.
Great.
it's our, right now, it's our prime ball facility park. If something like, I know we're going through branding, if all of a sudden I notice our logo or our badge, something changes, I mean, that's probably pretty easy for them to change in a year or so without having to redo everything.
Like every 3 years or something.
I'm actually, we should ask them because I'm not
Yeah.
entirely sure how.
Is that
open they are
something that
to
we're looking
continue
at in
changes.
branding?
It's a couple of years. When we started this, we talked to them specifically about the fact that we were considering this branding project. So they did say that they would be able to do some modifications in a couple of years. Most likely you'd see those on those title screens, and that's kind of where it would have to, I would guess if we do that one in a year, typically they're every 3 to 5.
Well, and like Adventure Fest, if that changes a different name, could they voice over?
I'm not sure about that.
That-
We would have to ask them about that one. I thought the same thing, actually.
Yeah, I mean, just say, Scappoose festivals or
That's always the risk with things like this, right? I mean, easily-
say Oxbow and they move out of town or,
right.
gas was 411. I mean, that's,
That's a dream.
yeah, scones. and
Oh.
40.
So the community engagement piece, is it going to direct people to a website of community engagement options or?
there's not one of those where all of that is existed in one hosted place. So I mean, I get there could be potentially a more specific step. I'd have to think about that, but there's just
On your economic development one, then is there a link to the SBDC? I mean, you talk about small businesses, is there a link to some age, groups that could help small, businesses if they're looking at that economic development piece?
Yeah, I guess I would like to see kind of a call to action with these.
When you go, you go to a page, does it show all 5 videos? And then,
yeah, it'll be a little more like formalized. Like that looked very much like an editor board, but when it's published and everything, you'll have all 5 and you'll just kind of click through them.
then will there be, because if someone's thinking of moving to Scappoose, I want to look what Scappoose is like. Will there be banners and other, click here to learn more about Scappoose? Look at.
So,
businesses
yeah,
or
what
go
are,
to the-
I can ask about embedding links,
The business directory link.
right?
Yeah, what's,
where are these all gonna live? I think that's like the big question is where are they gonna live? Is there gonna be an active push for this content to help encourage people, businesses to come here, or are these just gonna be links that sit on our webpage?
there's gonna be something because they're selling advertising, they're selling other businesses.
Right,
So
but
they'll have-
where is it gonna live?
It would be on the website. I mean, initially we could out on, various things like that, but eventually,
They're just gonna
you wouldn't do that all right. I mean, eventually, yeah.
stay stagnant.
Page on our website.
Okay.
The one thing we did have, and you did send the letter with the issue of one of their salesperson. I did have a business reach out and was very unhappy with the person that called them to try to sell them. Made them feel really bad that if they didn't sign up, that they were not into their city and not invested in their city and didn't want to help and like something they had to do. And so I know when people are now going to go out and try to sell their ads to our businesses. Our name is on it, so we have you seen the script that they're going to call people and tell them and show them and try to sell advertising? Have you seen that?
They came to you all at a previous meeting and it showed you kind of the general guidelines of what they were going to do and how they were going to sell it. So yes, those materials have been presented to council. And when I did receive one complaint, I already called them and had that, and they actually removed that.
Or if I get someone calling and having issues, do we send them somewhere? Are we?
They always went back to CGI and told them of the complaint and asked for them to make an adjustment.
They were very receptive to it.
So you're looking for feedback on the video specifically? Okay, can we go to the second video? I would like to see that again because I can tell you my initial reaction, I kind of cringed. And
That was the quality of life.
I don't, it was it? I know it was
Right
the
after
second
Welcome.
video.
Talking about the
Yeah.
second one.
The second video. Can we watch that one again?
Gotta share it real quick.
The rural small town feel and access to all the amenities of urban. Enjoy an exceptional quality of life in the Scappoose School District. Their full potential, preparing them for college or higher education. College only great place to start. Chip programs, manufacturing. The city's beautiful parks offer opportunity for education. Community comes together. Events in front of here, whether it's movies in the park, campus adventure fest, event performances, activities, refreshments, whole family. Campus UC is wall, offering opportunities for people. Parking, Friday time. No matter what brings you here, this has everything.
So I think, so I know exactly where it's the opening. We open on a field of dirt, a farm field.
Bradley Plain.
Okay, sure. So we're
That's what
trying,
Scappoose means.
Okay.
Bradley Plain.
but we're
I
we're
agree.
opening up to, we're asking someone to, like, this video is to encourage people to come here. Opening up on a gravelly plain isn't,
That wasn't even within
It's
city
not-
limits.
like, it doesn't,
And
like, is there something else that we can open with? Like, instead of opening there, have, trying to think here.
you show that one, Susan. I mean, I don't pause it on the first picture. Yeah, just pause it there.
I'm a family
says-
looking to move here.
Small country
And
rural
this is-
still is what he said, right?
This is what we're opening on. Like, it could be a little jazzier.
There like other, in the first 10 seconds, are there other scenes you like? Maybe we could play like 10 seconds.
So there is another stretch on that road, like if you're coming kind of, where was the Waltz Farm?
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so if you take that road down going towards that bridge that person was biking and you kind of have the gravel pits behind you, there's just a beautiful view of like two mountains right there and a little farmhouse. And so it still has that really rural agricultural kind of setting and feel.
That's it.
Yeah. I
That's
mean,
how
I
to
walk that
open.
all the time, the industrial park, and you're looking up at you're looking
To
west.
see housing in the first frame, because this is, we want you to come and,
It does say small town feel. so
Right.
Rural, so you wanna,
you're asking for feedback, I'm giving you feedback. Not to be picky.
Figuring out logistics.
Yeah, I was wondering if they would.
Oh, yeah.
We didn't see all their B-roll. No, we're not sure.
They might.
We might have.
Might have something.
I
Could look for options.
really write down what the feel should be, because this is rural, small town feel. I like,
I mean, if they do something like opens up with like housing in a rural setting, and then they could cut to that farm too, like they could slice it in, but I'm interested in moving here. I want to see housing.
did we ever see a picture of Mount Hood, our mountain views when we look that way?
River.
Or when we walk the industrial, we're at the airport, we look up and you see the mountain and it's green and there's some houses up there. That's really cool look.
But then everything else after that, like the story totally flows. I think that was just like when I'm like, what is that?
Yeah.
Start. So thank you.
Something else in there.
The third one opens with Highway 30. Speaking of openings.
Let's go to the third one.
With like a chevron, like right there.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I guess it's showing like.
Mm,
The city has come to abundant natural resources. For years, often available land and buildings for industrial.
Like that one.
If I am trying to show Scappoose, I don't want to show them that we're a fast growing city with a highway going right through us. I mean, that's Beaverton, Hillsborough and how bad it gets, but is it a positive that we're a fast growing community?
Trying to hook someone like, oh, I gotta be a part of that.
This is EDC
Like
one, this is
development?
business.
Right.
Correct.
Hey, I mean, I get it.
Development,
It's business. A lot of businesses like highway, they want to be on a
Yeah.
highway. It's important for trucks to be able to get in and out.
Is there a reason they highlighted, Healthy Smiles because reasons?
Dennis.
So some of this too was just about the businesses that would agree to be part of the video. And you want to know that all of the kind of amenities that you're going to need to live and do all your errands in town are going to be available to you. There's that benefit as well.
Didn't show like Fred Meyer's big corporate company.
It did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like, did they get any footage of, say, the farmer's market, or could they feed in just B-roll of a farmer's market, maybe at the beginning?
Were they there on
That's
Saturday?
all
ever?
business, commerce.
You shoot something and send it right now, but it's all.
So none of the businesses on here, all of that kind of sponsorship happens after. So so none of these were all just, yeah.
And there were several footages of not people from Scappoose. Are we okay that those were stock footages from festivals from other cities and states? Because there was a couple times it wasn't us.
I agree. And actually, I think there was more, but we had it. Felt like there was some other stuff.
It wasn't like it was stock footage of an amazing business. It was
Yeah.
just people.
Yeah, so the first draft of the community, like get involved with your community chapter, it was just generic. Now I'm remembering that, Alex. Yeah. And so we had them get involved, like the senior center, and then, like, so,
I think all those were real. It's the ones where there were
Yeah.
people walking through a festival wasn't from. a
yeah,
festival,
the
but it was
bubbles
just
and,
people. Didn't show a playground behind it. All the playgrounds were real, all the parks were real, all the businesses. Yes.
There was a scene that came up multiple times, and it's the adult with several children in front of the fountain. It's repeated almost in every video. If there's something else that can be switched out for that, if I'm gonna click through all the videos in succession, then I would be like, saw that, saw that. Saw that."
Anything of veterans, yeah, you could sub where there's just a kid and his mom and dad playing kickball, just something showing a veterans park. Ball fields open to everybody.
Most people probably aren't gonna just click on one video and then be done. They
Yeah.
probably go through multiple.
And what's their timeline for completing this?
not really defined. We made them aware that we had this meeting tonight and that there may be more rounds of edits.
If there could be an opportunity maybe to capture the town hall. Not too far out, but kind of for the community engagement piece as well.
I mean, we have
We do also have video of it.
video of some of these things that perhaps we could offer them clips of. Like we have things from the 100-year and the Adventure Fest. We have things from the town hall, imagery. If it just it doesn't have to be a video, but sort of still
A lot of it's
image
just pictures.
or still image. Yeah. So if they're open to us providing some things we think are missing,
We've already provided, like all the historic photos, for instance, like we gave them those.
You,
Really like the historical video. I feel like that was
Mm.
really nice.
yeah, the town hall would be good. A group, our community comes together. Pictures of them in the
so we could
cafeteria.
like poster boards and charting and like community people working together on actual maps and things that have to do with.
That would be great for the last frame that they showed on that community engagement one.
Oh,
It's
instead
to
of
use, yeah, that actually would be really cool.
I think some town hall stuff has
Mm.
images.
There's not a picture of a Friday night football game, picture of the crowd and just the stadium.
I'm pretty sure there is if you just go on Facebook or the school district web.
We're in the right season for that.
Yeah, when you
Yeah,
talk about
We're in the wrong season for about everything else, but football is here.
Yeah. Have no
You-
fear.
Time for that.
a lot of these people coming to look and want to see what your stadium, you have a turf field.
Right.
You have a good crowd for your Friday night game. Get some from the St. Helens game the other night.
Enough direction?
All right,
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
thank you. Session adjourned.